if you know me, you know I love anything related to journaling. So, of course, I'm going to open my own online store where I offer cute notebooks, journals, and planners. So, on my first journal, I created it in a season where I was seeking for outside validation. And it's just the three things that are important to me, not the to do list. And then you can see I use it, not the to do list, but what really matters, something that you're grateful for, something that you're proud of, something that you dream of, and something that you pray for. Something simple but effective. And then my planner, I have it in hardcover and in spiral. And then I say it's just like having a conversation with yourself through the month. You have your vision board, like what you're gonna do and how you want the month to go. And then you got your daily little things that you track through the week. And then at the end of the month, what made you happy? What are you proud of? What do you need to improve? So I love it. And then the notebooks is just a quick reminder for people, motivate them to journal more. So you can find that at butterflydreams.co. And you have a 15% coupon for first customers, and it's just first purchase at checkout. You can find that and more on the description of the episode. Now let's get the show started. Oh, hello and welcome to Conversations with Francy. That's me, where you will find talks about mental health, life, business, anything fun. It just depends on the episode or the guest. I love to bring a more positive energy. Let's learn from one another and build a community where we support one another. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoy this episode. Now, let's get the show started. On today's episode, we have the pleasure to talk to Brittany Covington, the podcast host of Truth Be Told. I already been on her podcast and now she's finally on mine. It took forever, but we're here and I'm so excited to get this conversation started with her. So, welcome, Brittany. Tell us, what is life with you?
Thank you for allowing me to come on your show today. I want to say hello to everybody. What is life like with me? I am Brittany. I am the host of Truth Be Told podcast. I have 4 kids. I live in Houston, Texas. I'm married. My podcast, it focuses on mental health and healing the inner child and just real life conversations. That's what's going on with me right now today.
I love that. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about your story.
Okay. The reason I started my podcast is because I've dealt with depression and anxiety for a long time, probably about 16 years. My daughter's 16. That's when I lost my father to cancer, colon cancer to be exact. And my world just spiraled from there. I've experienced a lot of deaths at a young age, which I know all of us have our own story to tell. But through those deaths, it made me evolve into the person I am today. So that's the reason why I had started the Truth Be Told podcast. I wanted to share my story and let people know that even through grief, even through depression, even through anxiety, or just healing that inner child, that little girl that still needs her mom or dad, that you can do that. You just have to do the inner work. And the inner work is not peaches and cream. I don't care what nobody says, you have to go deep. So when you ask me that question, that's the first thing that pops up in my mind.
Wow. Yeah, and I love it. And it's like really having a conversation. Like I said, I went on your podcast and I loved your energy. And it is needed as a person that deals with mental health. Is there any like advice or like tips, ideas that helped you through your journey that you want to
Oh,
share with the
yes.
listeners?
Yeah. Okay. So, as far as any tips, the first thing I always tell people is to find some type of routine, whether in the morning and in the evening, because you have to get into some type of regiment to where you learn yourself. And the reason why I say start with a routine, because that's what helped me. So I would get up in the mornings. I get up every morning. I'm a part of a community. I do recommend being a part of a like-minded community, because when you're around people that are, cheering you on or thinking higher thoughts, higher fruit, then you encourage one another. And so every morning I'm a part of, it's called Plans of the Righteous. It's a community of like-minded Christian women, where we get up and we fellowship in the morning with God. We say our decrees and what we're grateful for. So that's what helps me. I'm definitely not, pushing that on anybody else. But if you don't believe in God, the universe, whatever you believe in, I hope you believe in something else. Then I definitely believe going into that. I also believe in journaling. That helps me out a lot too, as far as just waking up in the morning. You're still kind of in your subconscious mind. So in the mornings, you have all those clear thoughts, and I that's the perfect time for me to start my day. I also write what I'm grateful for, because you know that our mind is programmed to think negative thoughts. And so when you unlearn those negative thoughts and constantly are programming your mind to think positive and to come into a different routine, it helps you. After I do that, I walk, y'all. I'm country, so yeah, I said y'all. I'm from North Carolina. I live in Texas, but I'm from North Carolina. I am a country girl at heart. But when I say walking helps me, some type of exercise, something to get your brain juices flowing, and then watching what you digest. That's everything. What you eat, what you're watching. Like, social media can drain you. And if you don't pay attention to not just social media, the news, people around you who are, negative. I just started doing that in the morning, and that morning routine helped me. And then at night, I started, another tip was doing a nightly routine, getting yourself programmed to shut down. We have to shut down at night, because we're so overstimulated by the internet or the phone or just the world we live in. We're living like a microwave society where everything is instant. And so sometimes that adrenaline rush is sometimes hard to calm itself down at night. And so I do believe in having a morning routine and a night routine. And with the night routine, I pretty much just I get in the shower, because that calms me down. I also meditate. I meditate in the mornings and at night. Some people don't like to meditate, but that helps me. I've learned to get better as it grows. It just gives me a time to be calm, to calm my mind and to, like, gosh, think about, okay, Brittany, what's the next day gonna look like? So when you asked me of what kind of tips I could give the audience, I would suggest starting there, at least getting some type of morning and nighttime routine, so that that can help you on your journey of learning yourself.
I love that you mentioned routine and morning or nighttime, because some people are like, oh no, you need to wake up at this time and you need to do this, this, and that. Well, what if I'm a night person? That doesn't
Right.
work for me. And journaling, we got pretty similar things that we use to help us in our journey with our mental health. And it's just, setting boundaries and things like that. And the routine helps you set boundaries. For me, it
Mhm.
was 2019 where I had like 14 planners because I had just gotten into it, and so my how my brain works is like I have to separate everything so I can understand where's it going or whatever. So I went crazy, and that helped me set up a routine, because it is truly important, and that self awareness,
Oh,
that
yes. You
routine
got
helps you with the self-awareness, because you're like, okay, if I have this time, like you said, for meditation, then it doesn't matter, it better be a like super emergency, like you're this close to calling 911, and that's why you call me first. you know to change the routine and things like that. So yeah, I loved um uh s- your tips. um then the podcast, how did the podcast came about? How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it for it's going on 2 years. Actually, this December that just passed, I believe that was 2 years. Well, no, let me take that back. This January that just passed, 2024, that made it 2 years. I did it as an outlet. It's still an outlet for me. I have stopped right now as far as being consistent because, like you said, I know it's time for me to upgrade. And so I'm looking into systems. I know me and you have talked about that before, and just bringing more quality to my podcast. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to just keep doing episodes just to do the episodes. Like my podcast really means a lot to me. And so the reason why I started Truth Be Told podcast because it's my truth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sharing my truth to the audience. I'm sharing real life experiences where I can let the audience know, like, okay, this is like real life. Like we said before, life be life. And so I
Mm-hmm.
want people to know, like, okay, yes, I'm working on myself. I'm going through this personal development journey, but I'm still a mom. I still have to work. I still have bills that are not going to stop. And I still deal with mental health. So it's every day, it's a lifestyle. And I think people think if you just get on here, some people like, okay, we just can do affirmations and just say a little bit and then go on about our day. I think it's something that you have to put into just your regimen every day, self-care, because that will like help you be a better person. And so when I started Truth Be Told podcast, I just wanted to share my truth and let people know that it's okay to be you and still go through the mess because the mess is what makes you uniquely you.
Yeah, and I'm definitely unique with my mess. But I love it. And it's just like opening a space for people to feel more comfortable on being themselves. And girl,
Mhm.
I the struggle is real. I understand. As male lady during the day, I'm podcaster at night. It's just I have that drive and I believe in my it's not like not even believing in myself because I just started believing in myself like maybe a couple of months ago. It's a work in progress still, but when you have a family and sometimes YouTube and podcasters and make it seem like it's so easy or whatever, but they got a team behind them
Right.
helping them and things like that. Like for me, I would not be doing how I'm doing it if it wasn't for my virtual assistant. And like now, it because of my job, as I was living by myself. I'll tell you from the time that we did your interview on the podcast to now, my life has changed completely. It's totally different. So yeah, there's been a season like this year. It has been hard to keep the podcast going. But because I have
Right.
it covered months ahead, there's no break in recording. But me mentally and whatever, I'm taking break from social media. I'm only focusing on delivering mail. Sometimes that's all I do all week. What do you do this week? I deliver mail. I didn't get to see my family and none of that. But now they switch management. So I'm getting a little bit more free time to have better and like I'm getting that energy back. And it's having that community of people
Yes.
supporting you and like if you need help, helping you there or whatever. So, but I'm excited, that you're trying to like rebrand and keep going because I love
Yeah, because
your
it's hard.
energy. But yeah, I
I
get it,
love your
girl.
energy too. You're amazing. You are so amazing. That's why I said keep going too. And congratulations on, being ahead, having that virtual assistance, whatever you need to get you to keep going. Cause both our audience needs us
Hmm.
to keep going to make them better. So I commend you as well.
Nice. Is there anything else that you would like my listeners to know about you or your story?
I would just like the listeners to know to heal, to
Oh
take
yeah,
care
that's a
of
good
yourself.
one. Because you sorry,
Yeah.
because you were talking about inner child. What are some things that you have done? Because I talk to my inner child all the freaking time, especially the 9 year
Oh,
old version of me, because she's the one that has the most anger. I'm a kid, but I just
Yes.
got introduced to anger. So what are some things that for healing the inner child?
Yeah, when you talk about healing the inner child, and I was to speak to myself, I would just tell her to be gracious to yourself, because there's no like manual for life, and we're all learning, and all of us got dealt a different hand. And I think whatever hand you got dealt, it's your obligation to appreciate it, and then also learn from it and grow from it. And whatever techniques that you need to do along the way, whether it's a therapist, I always recommend a therapist. Some of us are like, oh no, I'm scared to go to a therapist, but a therapist can help you figure out those thoughts. I know me, I'm a Gemini, and so sometimes I ramble. Like I can be talking about something one time and then thinking about something another, and a therapist can help you heal, from that little girl that's still crying for her mom's attention, or didn't have the dad that was there whenever she needed him to be her dad, the first guy to ever love her, or that friendship that turns you sour and you don't know how to grow and be a real friend to somebody. Um, I just you just gotta dig deep, guys, whatever that is to you. I could tell you different techniques, but it's up to you to find out what's best for you, and whatever that is, tap into it, exercise, go to church. Like I said, we said meditate, we said journaling. You have to find and get around different people, get out your comfort zone. You are not going to grow if you are stuck in your comfort zone. Like me and Francie, both of us are trying to learn to grow and be in this spot for you guys. And it's scared for us to be vulnerable, but don't be scared to be vulnerable. Like I'm getting up here and she's getting up here. We just giving it to you like it is. So oh gosh, I could just keep going and going and going, but just and be you. Oh my gosh, be you. Quit trying to be what the social media tells us to do. Follow the algorithm, whatever it is that they want us to do. If they're telling us to go left, go right.
Mm-hmm.
Go
100%.
right. Yeah, be your authentic self, because it is so many people out here trying to be somebody else. And we have old people out here that are I'll be around old people and I'll be like, why are you so mad? Why are you so angry? And so it's important for you to just heal. If I don't say anything else to the audience, that's the best thing that I could say to you guys today.
I love it. Thank you so much. Where can my listeners find you?
I am on social media. I'm on Instagram mostly, at Truth Be Told Podcast. I'm also on YouTube, guys. If you find me on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel, like, share, and subscribe, and just give me some feedback. But those are the two biggest places that you can find me.
Awesome. Well, oh yeah. Last but not least, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful that God knows my name. I am grateful for my husband. I am grateful for my kids. I am grateful for my job. I am grateful to be on your podcast today. I am grateful to be around like minded people. I'm grateful for a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. Girl, I could keep going. I am grateful to be grateful.
I love that. It took a long time to get there, but I get it, girl. I get it. Oh, well, thank you so much for catching another episode of Conversations with Francie. You can find it in all major platforms as well as my YouTube channel. You know the drill. Help this girl out. Like and subscribe. And you can find the links to of my guests in the description of the episode. Hope you have a blessed day. Bye bye.
Thank